In this lesson, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Marcio Takara. I'm a comic book artist. I've been drawing since I was a kid. Then I went to university. I have a bachelor's degree on graphic design. Worked as a graphic designer for a few years, but that was too boring. Then I was living in Rio at the time. Then I moved to Toronto. I worked in Toronto in a few companies doing the kind of thing I was doing at the time. Then I decided to quit everything, try to work with comic books. I just told everyone around me at the time that it would suck for a while. The more work I did and the more people I knew, people were getting better. Nowadays, I can pay my bills. What I did at the time was putting together a bunch of pages that I had with me. I did the best work I could do at the time. I post my work online on sites like DeviantArt or email groups. I sent emails to people I knew, like agents or companies and other pros. Going to comic conventions were always good because you're always meeting new people, meeting fans, meeting the editors, meeting different companies, and you're putting your face out there. And it's like a snowball effect. It's important to have your work online, have a presence online, post your work everywhere because it's a free tool. So nowadays you have a lot of options like Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr. Keep posting your work online because people will notice if you have a good quality work. So when I decided to be a freelance, the first work I did was for Marvel. It was one of those books for kids. The work I was doing for them wasn't good at all, but it was a great start with a company the size of Marvel. Then I did work for smaller companies like Boom Studios. I did work for Image as well. And then DC offered me a Blue Beetle, which was a smaller book at the time, but it was a great experience. And from there, everything was happening after Captain Marvel or Detective Comics, All New Wolverine, Batgirl, and Birds of Prey. What I like to tell people that are starting is that they should practice a lot all the time and don't depend on schools or teachers or books. Just keep practicing all the time. Every pro that you're gonna see and you're gonna meet, they draw like 8 to 10 to 12 hours every day, sometimes even on weekends and no holiday. That's a lot of practice. People are drawing all the time. So if you practice anything all the time, you can only get better. So keep practicing. And in the next lesson, we're going to talk about my influences.